Ra ra AZZ, Roma zona ma, Cardinals, oh la la, want that red romance. I want your ma burning corners like grass. I
Ooh,
want my leaving DBs on their ass. We drafted love. Love, 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 we drafted love. I want our vet QB, the touch of his pass. I want J Love because he's ready to smash. We drafted love. Love, love, love. We drafted love. You know what, Smitty? You know
yes,
that I
sir.
want. And AZ, I need you. I want your red romance. I want your love and an NFC West revenge. AZ and me are in a red romance. I want your love and a Ram Street revenge. AZ and me are caught in a red romance. Oh, 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 caught in a red romance. We back. We back, Smitty. Me and AZ had marriage MFing counseling in the draft. I don't care what anybody says. I'm back, man. But I'm telling you, I had to do this song, Smitty, because I am really stuck in a bad romance, dude. It is a
I,
bipolar romance right now.
dude, I totally get it. I totally get it. And I'm so happy you're back. I'm so
Back,
happy
dude.
you're back. Welcome back. You know, it's weird to
Grass
say
is
welcome back, but
greener.
congratulations.
Yeah, man. I told you, it was a temporary, divorce. It wasn't really a divorce.
Take a break a little bit. A little bit of a break. Uh-oh.
All right, cutting that out. Give me a second.
Oh, for sure.
Still recording. Let me write this down. What the hell was I talking about?
You said that it wasn't really a break. It was more like a divorce. Oh, it wasn't really a divorce. It was more like a break from the Cardinals.
There we go. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna stop talking for a second then. All right, sorry for a technical glitch there, but it was basically a temporary, just split up. Just we needed a little bit of time, me and AZ, but we back, baby, we back. Welcome in you all to the Dynasty BS show. It is what is it? Wednesday, 28th, I think, somewhere in there. But here's the
Yeah.
deal: we got a draft breakdown show for you. We're gonna go as long as we want tonight. Hopefully, it's not too long, but if you're enjoying it, listen. So, Smitty, what's up, dude? How'd you enjoy the draft?
Well, listen, I got if I can speak for 98, 99% of the Rams fans, it was an interesting first round and straight up disaster of a second round, not gonna lie to you. And then the third and fourth, I mean, then it wasn't what we wanted, right? But at the end of the day, Ty is our guy and LeBron is playing playoff games with Bronny, so I guess things will be okay.
I think they'll be okay. We're going to talk a lot about that in a little bit as we're breaking down some teams because we're definitely might have your Rams on a surprise over there. So
Uh-oh.
it was cool, man. I got to kick it with you. I think that was our third draft in a row. We've just sat here, me and you, just kicked it. Last year I was literally in Italy when we did it. It was like 3 in the morning over
So cool.
there.
Yeah.
So, Smitty, man, it was fun. It was fun. But let's talk about these surprises here. Talk to me a little bit about some surprises. You've got a lot on your mind, I can imagine.
I do. I gotta start with the you know what? That song was so awesome, so I have to start with the Arizona Cardinals. Actually going with Jeremiah Love for the third overall pick. I mean, frankly, that was a surprise because we all assumed he'd go to Tennessee. There was hype for him going to the Giants, but I'm glad you guys put a shut to both of those ideas and gave Jeremiah the spot that he deserves. I really do think he is in a way better situation with you guys in Arizona than the Titans, frankly.
I'm excited about that. Keep talking. I'm just going to pull up the draft board while you finish that thought real quick and
I
share it
mean,
up here.
so obviously, if he was to go all the way to five in the Giants, I mean, we got Cam out there who's just perfectly fine, just needs to play a little healthier. Let's go. Let's say he went to the Titans. I mean, he would be ran into the freaking ground, which is, look, we know what happens to the Titans in the draft. We're gonna get to that later, but assuming that didn't happen, it would really just be him and Wandale, and that's just not enough. It's not enough for Mr. Ward. So I'm really happy that he gets to surround himself car in Arizona with those two receivers and the best tight end in the league probably. So I'm really excited for that offense. I have been buying Brissett like no tomorrow as of late. And I want more. I want him in every honestly, I want him in every squad. If I can make it happen.
I want that touch of his pass, baby. I want it, man. I'm in. You know,
Great song.
the only thing about him is he actually isn't throwing a deep ball quite the way he is. But let's talk about Cornell Tate because
Okay.
I'm telling you this right now. We did our draft tracker. You kicked my you know what during it. I have a water bet to pay off as well during this podcast that I did not do during that, and I totally forgot. But I had the first 3 picks nailed on mine. This was my order. I told you all Jeremiah Love was going. No one wanted to believe it. We didn't want to trade that pick. We were right there ready to pick Jeremiah Love. Sorry. But the reason is we need to face the franchise. We've got Trey McBride. We need an identity, and you cannot win in football without running the ball consistently. And this is not about this year coming up. This is about the future when we put a quarterback back there. But let's talk Carnell Tate because you are correct, sir. That's where it got wild, my man. When I look at Carnell Tate, so my thought is, and listen to a lot of podcasters out there the last 3 or 4 days, is Smitty. You know who their offensive coordinator is?
Dayball.
That's right. Where did he used to coach?
He used to coach in New York with the Giants.
What wide receiver did they draft at the 4?
Oh, Neighbors, dude. Okay. Whoa. Oh, okay. I'm starting to sweat. I'm getting excited. But yeah.
How many targets did Neighbor get his rookie year?
Like, all of them.
Nailed it. I'm in, dude. I'm in. And bringing it back to Neighbors here, the funny part about Neighbors is he's out there saying, and they took this clip on Sleeper out of context and they made him look bad saying it. Note to everyone, stop reading the Sleeper clickbait, man. Go back and actually read the interviews because half the people don't even mean what you guys are reading out there. But he did say he was never even the number 1 on his team. It's true. This man has had some serious competition, and that other kid at Ohio State, he might go 1 next year. Like he could be a Jamar Chase. So this kid's good. I like his landing spot. Cam Ward was out there. Cam Ward had probably the most drop passes by his receiver out there. It didn't matter where he threw it to him, right in the chest. It didn't matter. People were dropping the ball. I like this. They're going to feed this guy. I don't think so. Don't hear what I'm not saying. He's not Malik Neighbors, Smitty. Like, and all you listeners, he's not Malik Neighbors. But the point is that Dapple's not afraid to feed somebody. And it looks like a lot of targets are going to be going over there. I like this. I really did. But you would have preferred Jeremiah Love here, right? Is that what you said?
I would have preferred Tate to fall a little further, ideally at spot 7. So, I honest to God, I really prefer for Tennessee to probably get one of these defensive guys. Honestly, that's what I would have wanted. Like Sonny Styles at freaking 5. I mean, at 4 would have been fire. That would have been awesome. They got Salah out there. Salah knows how to use the Styles. I mean, my goodness. I really, really wish they would have went defense and then figured out offense with the other days. Like, I mean, honestly, the way this draft ended up, I understand that they used a 31 pick to get back into the first, but if they were to wait to the second to get a day 2 receiver, they could have got Boston. There was a lot of options here. They probably could have got Omar Cooper if they really wanted to trade up. So all I'm saying is I am happy that Tate is over there in Tennessee, but if they want to start off with defense, they probably would still look pretty good. So I don't know.
I might be feisty tonight. I've had some time to think about all this. Okay. But one of my steals of the draft is Keldrick Falk down here at 31 that Tennessee traded back into the first to get. I think that's a great player for that defense. And I know when we were doing our draft stream, Smitty, I was talking about them drafting Sonny Styles there and not Tate because I kept saying, I was like, maybe they want their Fred Warner. Maybe LaSalle wants that Fred Warner type player.
Yeah, not exactly.
But he wanted that edge. And honestly, look at my thoughts of this draft. This draft sucked. Like all the way around from like generational talent, like just the absolute depth of people that could be superstars. And look, there's going to be players that we talk about badly today, and maybe not badly, but we just kind of just
Yeah.
shove them off and don't pay attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody's going to step in here and be a
Oh shoot.
superstar, one or two. Somebody will.
Is that a
I'm
Raider
a,
back there?
no, that's Penny Lane back there. She's should
Oh, what a
not be
penny
in here,
lane.
but it's all good. But I like that Carnell Tate pick, man. I really do. And I look down here at Arvell Reese going 5, and we're going to lean more into these positional players, but really a lot of the steals in the draft were on the defensive side. And
Absolutely.
I like this for Arvell Reese, but the second I literally, when he was on the clock, you picked them to pick Reese, and I kept saying, where are they going to play him? They're going to have to move him to off-ball linebacker. And sure
Hmm.
as shit enough, man, he get up on the podium. They even announced him as a linebacker. So that's going to be
Yeah.
interesting, but they're going to trade somebody on that D line possibly to get him into playing edge within the next year, I think.
Dude, good. I mean, wow, the way the Giants have been wheeling and dealing lately, yeah, keep this going, dude. Keep trading yourself into the top 10 picks of each and every draft because that's a truly fantastic way to really get your franchise in the right direction. I'm really liking what the Giants are doing. And dude, the 10th pick, would I have liked for it to be an offensive player, a skill player? Yes. But for them to get Malinois, my goodness, I feel so great about that pick. For Neighbors, I feel great about that for Scatabo, and I feel even possibly the most excited for Dart. So I'm just really happy with what they were able to pull off
So I did not want us to draft Mawanoa with the third, and we had
at
every
3. Yeah.
mock had him going there, or we had defense. But his interview he did coming off the stage, and I know we probably didn't have it on, but I listened to it back. Did you hear it, Smitty?
No, I did not.
Oh man, he gets on the mic. He's like, "Listen, I'm ready to
Oh, yeah.
die for this squad.
I'm gonna die
Jackson
for
Dart,
Dart.
I'm ready to die to protect." Like, what I would want to hear as a fan, I'm like, yes, please join my football team to protect my quarterback. Like, I think they had one hell of a draft.
You know what's so funny though? Like literally, Will Anderson said something not Anderson. Will the freaking okay the tackle that the Patriots drafted last year. He said the exact same thing. He said, "Hey, listen, listen, Drake, man, I'm gonna die for you, man." Literally in the Super Bowl, all he did was die. All he did was get all he did was get beat up. So I don't. I hope the same fate doesn't go down for Malinois, but shout out to him. I love it.
All right. I think if the New York Giants are in a Super Bowl and Francis is the reason they lose, they'll consider that a successful pick because he probably got him there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Great point.
yeah. So, all right. So, you got some defenses. Kansas City trades in, get their corner. They gave you a
Good.
corner. I got a joke about that I'll save. But let's talk about this next skill player right here. The New Orleans Saints getting Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. What do you think about this landing spot? Because I was shocked. And looking back, I kind of like it, but I was shocked that Washington did not draft him the pick before and drafted
I
Sonny
was
Stanks.
shocked as well. I was even heartbroken because I really needed a pass catcher to go to 7. Totally understand Styles. That's a steal at that point. But yeah. So for Tyson to go to New Orleans, honestly, adore it. I really adore it. And so okay, it was before the draft. I came in just really happy for how well his pro day came out, or his private workout. I mean, came out because even though he ran like 20 rounds, it was really it told a lot of people about how he doesn't really how the health stuff. Goodness, I'm tripping over words today. The health stuff, the health concerns are not that serious right now because he can still do all these great. He can jump out and catch high passes. He can still run all routes. He only dropped one pass in that workout, and it resulted in him getting a top 8 pick. So very happy for him. The landing spot, honestly, freaking awesome, freaking awesome. And if we know one thing about Chris Olave is that he is not in your lineup every single week.
All right, so
And
we're
Mhm.
finish up. Sorry.
okay, and this he's more of a 1B to me in this. Now, honestly, obviously, Chris Olave is Chris Olave, but in my eyes, I see this as a 1B situation. For sure, weeks
Okay.
of 2, for sure, weeks of 1, but I love it.
So we are through talking about, well, kind of. I'm not done talking about Mr. Jordan here, But this is our
Yeah.
fourth skilled player in this draft we're talking about. This is the fourth. This is why rookie drafts suck this year. Rookie
Uh,
drafts are painful this year. You can't move ticks. You can move them. They are very difficult to move, and you just got to just accept less than you want. But look, Jeremiah Love, this is a great landing spot. Whether or not that they want to talk about, the backfield and Jeremiah Love and the crowded backfield, you don't draft a running back at the 103 if you're not planning to play them at least as a workhorse back in their second year. This is a great landing spot. All these other three we're talking about, this is crap, dude, to me. Like,
Whoa.
so I'm just talking about from a rookie draft standpoint. I
Oh, for
like the landing
sure.
spot for Tate.
For sure.
But from a rookie draft standpoint, this is what we're dealing with. Mendoza going to Las Vegas. That's not, I mean, we knew that was going to happen, but man, maybe Las Vegas isn't a great landing spot for a quarterback. Like if you really think about that, there's not a lot of weapons there outside of Brock Bowers. Yes, you need to fix the offensive line. But then you go to
Still.
Cardinal Tate, which yes, he's got the opportunity to be the one there, but it's with a second year quarterback that I like, that you like. But what if that doesn't transcend to next year and maybe Ward takes a step back and just isn't that good? But then you think it's the 1B. I think it's the wide receiver 2 of this team. And it's going to take some time if he wants to step in to be a 1B for Jordan. All I'm saying right now is I don't think there's like a rock star player here we're talking about outside of Love that you have to have on your football team. Like that you have to have. What these players are is you're selling yourself a story on them because you need to fill a hole on your spot.
That's a fact. That is, you know what? When we get into that rookie draft coming up, that's exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, 100%.
It's a wild, wild west in these rookie drafts. It's crazy. All right, let's get to our next offensive player. By the way, let's just say the steal the whole draft was Caleb Downs at 11. The reason I lost my draft pick challenge with you, Smitty, is because between pick 5 and 11, I thought Caleb Downs was going to get drafted. That's why I
Yeah.
lost it. I was surprised that Jim Harbaugh passed on him. I really felt he really wanted that Kyle Hamilton player. But Jerry Jones, man, this fell into his lap. Just fell in his lap, and there's a possibility Caleb Downs is the best player in here. Like he's going to be a superstar.
Oh, believe it. Oh, I totally believe it. Such a massive need too. Kind of, they were such a. Oh, that defense was so awful, and he is like certainly a step in the right direction for him. Love that for them. I'm just really shocked that Miami didn't say, "Hey, let's get this guy because we desperately need that too."
I agree, man, but we're going to have to talk about this, Smitty. I need you to put your
Hold on,
unbiased.
before we do that, I'm just gotta say my massive concerns for uh Mr. Willis, Malik Willis, has calmed down with this 12th overall pick. Even though I thought they could totally have, they could have totally used Caleb Downs. I'm happy they got this big boy at tackle. Now we can get into 13.
Ty Simpson.
Yeah.
First round. Ty Simpson. Los Angeles Rams. Quarterback, Alabama.
Yeah, let me start by saying this. The NFC West was shooketh when they found out that the Los Angeles Rams, the team that's basically second overall last year, or that, ranked second overall last year, well, maybe depending on how well the Broncos would have done with Knicks, I'm just say we're the second best team in football. We had a very early pick in this draft where we could have really put ourselves over the top and the sincere favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. Instead, we drafted this guy. Now, I'm going to say one thing very negative about Mr. Ty here. What I've learned from Mr. 15 games only Anthony Richardson is that's not enough. Flat out. And this mofo only had 9. 9. He only had 9 starts last year, and basically his whole career, because all he's been is a backup. Now he's about to go. And so we basically drafted a backup with the 13th overall pick, which is so freaking funny to me because that's exactly what Atlanta did too. And that has worked out just so phenomenally for them, hasn't it? So I'm obviously not the happiest, but at the end of the day, Ty's our guy. And when you have an embarrassment of riches, apparently, because I still do think that we could have used that pick on defense, if not a weapon. because Jeremiah Love's in town, then fine. We finally know who's gonna be the next quarterback behind Stafford. At least we have that answered.
Maybe. Kid's got to
Oh,
prove
see,
it.
and that hurts. That hurts. I'm really trying to
Maybe.
act like it's gonna have to be
It's
him.
just
It
like
just
any
has to
rookie
be him.
quarterback that's going to be a backup. They have to prove it. And so when they draft him, I've really thought about this for a while now because
Mm-hmm.
everyone in the fantasy community is pissed off about this. And the reality is, if he went anywhere he had a chance to get on the field this year, Jets, Arizona, I mean, there's some QB needing teams. Like, we
Pittsburgh,
would have
yeah.
felt better about this. But the fact that the Rams drafted him at the 13th pick, which there was people, thinking he was going to go in the second, or you're going to trade up into the 20th pick, or the 22nd to get him. But the fact they drafted him at the 13th pick tells me everything I need to know about the current draft that we're in. There was a lot of activity and trading around that 20 to 28th pick that night. I mean, it just got crazy. But every
Yeah.
NFL team viewed the 13th pick as just as good as the 25th, 6th, 7th, 8th, because I guarantee you the Rams tried to trade back and they could not. And my only joke to you, Smitty, and I would just say, would you feel better? So you guys got the best corner in football from the Kansas City Chiefs, and you gave up the 29th pick, right?
Yes.
Would you have felt better if you just gave Kansas City the 13th pick and drafted him at the 29th? Would you feel better about yourself? Because I'm just curious, because like Kansas City may have asked for that. It might have taken some time. They maybe wanted that 13th. Would you have
Okay.
sold yourself on Ty better if that happened, if he was just drafted at the 29th and not the 13th?
Oh, 1,000,000%. But I'll say this. Yeah. Yes, 100%. Honestly, 100%.
Then get
I
over
just
it.
think it
Dude.
would have been a little silly that for us to give up a 13th and pay that massive extension for him. So it's just, I don't know. Kansas City can't have everything, and I think that's the point we tried to make with them.
My point is, LA fans, just get over it, man. Like, you still have to build a franchise for 2-3 years out.
True.
And yeah, they could have put Ruben Bain on the team. They could have
Oh.
bolstered that up a little bit. They could have put Makai Lemon on there. They could have done a few
Ione.
things, but I think they just sat back and said,
Sadiq.
this is our best player for our franchise on the board right now. Let's not try to fill in something that might not work for us. But I still don't like it. But I'm just saying, I think it just tells us everything we need to know about this draft.
No, for
Um,
sure. Now, just one more thing. You're right. If I will accept it and never cry about it ever again if they genuinely tried to trade down and it failed. That'll make me sleep easy at night.
I really think they did, dude, because I think they would have known that they could have got him at the 20th pick. Like, I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I just don't think anybody was just willing to just do it. I mean, look at these names that came off the board. I mean,
Yeah.
Ruben Bain came off at the 15th. Let's talk about Kenyon Sadiq here at the 16th to the Jets. This is where things got going fantasy wise for us, I believe. I know we got Mason Taylor here, but look there was a historic number of tight ends drafted in this draft. None by the name of Trigg, by the way, which is really weird to me. But there was a record number of tight ends drafted. That doesn't surprise me because I've been talking about this for a while, even before last year when everyone caught on to 12 personnel. Like, teams are running 12 and 13 personnel, and they want these depth tight ends there. So Sadiq goes in. He's going to play with Mason Taylor, who he's got a role on the team. Like, I don't think this is a Michael Meyer issue with Las Vegas. Like, I think Taylor is better than that. I just think they're both going to be on the field.
Okay. Taylor had all the opportunity to be a target hog, honestly, and just failed. Just failed. If Sadiq does the same thing, that's unfortunate. Then yeah, we do have two. I mean, I just think the fact that Kenyon Sadiq is an underrated blocker says a lot to me. Says a lot to me. So I feel like he's going to be on the field a lot.
Who
and if
took over
Mason
after
Taylor can
Justin
get on the
Fields?
freaking,
Who was the other quarterback last year other than Justin Fields on that squad? I
God, who
can't even
was it?
remember.
Who was it? Was it Brady Cook? I honestly don't know.
I don't know, but
have
the
a
point is,
clue.
those are the targets that they're after last year. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not judging that without the QB.
Oh, there he
play.
is.
And whether or not we want to believe in Geno Smith, whether or not we do, yes, he's getting older, but the man has thrown for 4,000 yards in this league many times. And last year, I know he got beat up on that offensive line, but I think he still threw for 3,600 in just a horrific offense last year. So I think one, if you're in best ball, just get Geno late, call it a day. Like, he's going to have some games. but I like this fit right now. Like I really do. And it gets a little bit wilder here in
Fully
a little
agree.
bit,
Yeah, no,
but
but as
we
of right
like
now,
it.
fully agree.
So let's just jump in there and talk about Omar Cooper here because the Jets also drafted him
Yeah.
at the 30th. So now we got Cooper, we got Sadiq, we got Mason Taylor, and we got Garrett Wilson. And we have Brees Hall in the backfield with Ike Davis, and I forget who the other guy is off the top of my head.
Braylon
But
Allen,
that
yeah.
sounds like a good offense.
Yeah. I'll give this to Omar, which is why I wouldn't mind if the Rams were to get him. If with Rams tried at least. But Duke will block as well. Dude will block. He will do what it takes. Like, I mean, he will put himself out there for the play, not necessarily for him to get the ball. He'll be a team player, which I absolutely love and adore. So this is pretty great. You're right with the Geno Smith and late best ball. I adore that. I might even like him even more so in redraft. If we're talking Superflex, of course, and even in Dynasty. So yeah, I'm into it, and I just like the fact this guy is willing to block as well.
You watched me buy a lot of Geno Smith shares in this
Yeah,
offseason,
I was
and
worried
I'm
about that
very
too.
happy about the price that I paid for this because I think he can sustain the weapons we have. But Omar Cooper, wide receiver two. Wide receiver two. Mekhi Lemon goes to Philadelphia. Wide receiver two. Like this is all we talked about leading up to this draft is there is a bunch of wide receiver twos. And if you're drafting them in fantasy football, you better make sure you have one of the top 3 seconds in the league. You don't want the number 10 or 11 or 12th second in the league. Sure as shit, not 32nd on a, out there. So it's just wide receiver two, wide receiver two, wide receiver two, dude. It's,
I mean, well,
landing spots.
it's really we really can't put more than wide receiver two on a rookie until they prove otherwise. Now we've had some classes where they did really show up, but I don't know. It's just like okay, when we get to this next guy here, that guy might actually be a one. He
Hold on a
might,
second.
but yeah, I mean, I understand. I'm not really afraid of them being wide receiver two in 2026, but in 2027, I would like to see some steps up, a step up from at least half of these guys,
All right,
especially the top three.
we're gonna play a game here.
All
I just
right.
want to play a game. Let me switch screens. I don't even know how this is going to work out, but I think
might.
you're dead wrong. I think you're dead wrong about people drafting people not thinking they're wide receiver ones on their team. All right, let's go through a list of squads. Jamar Chase drafted as the wide receiver one, even though T. Higgins was there. Jackson
Yep.
Smith drafted as the wide receiver one for the Seattle Seahawks when they drafted him.
But at that time, DK was there.
Yeah, but it was always going to replace him, dude. Like it was.
Okay,
Like,
that's
we
true.
didn't view that as
That's
a two.
true.
And he was like what, pick 17 in that draft? It was a deep draft.
That's true.
Puka's an
true.
anomaly. He was drafted to be the wide receiver 5. Malik Neighbors drafted to be the wide receiver 1. Justin Jefferson drafted to be the wide receiver 1. Sun God is in the Puka category, the anomaly. CeeDee Lamb drafted to be wide receiver 1. Drake London drafted to be wide receiver 1. Tet McMillan drafted to be wide receiver 1. Emeka drafted to be wide receiver 2. Pickens wide receiver 2. Wilson wide receiver 1. And like you just look at these top guys drafted here, and they were drafted to be the 1, Smitty. Like we never talked about them being a 2.
That is true, but I don't know. These are the cream of the crop. This is the top 10 dudes. Well, top 7. But yeah, you're right. Those guys, yeah, they were drafted to be the ones, and they surely ended up being ones. I just think with time, I feel great about Tate being a 1. I feel really good about Tyson being a number 1. And Mekhi Lemon, I can see him being a 1B, just at my most optimistic.
So on that list, Puka broke out year 1. That was just he was the outlier, dude.
Yeah,
Sun
yeah.
God broke out, but it was like playoffs of that year. Like right now, he had that stretch in the playoffs that was amazing. And then the only other one that was on top 12 there that wasn't drafted wide receiver 1 was Nico. And that sure as shit didn't happen year 1, dude. That was a year
Man.
2-ish breakout. Or was it year 3 that he got Nico? Or
Honestly, it might have been 3
chosen.
because I remember selling him right before the breakout, which was silly.
Yeah. So I
But
don't
no,
think
honestly,
these guys,
you're right though.
I don't think they're going to be ones. And that's what's making these rookie drafts hard when we get to it. And that's why it's the wild, wild west. It's like, do you trust the pre-draft scouting? Are you just going to get a guy you think is good? Like, are you just diversifying? Are you? I mean, who? I don't know who's planting a flag on some of these guys right now. Um, but all right. So, how do you feel about Makai Lemon to Philadelphia? This is, I mean, look, they also put tight end. Help me out.
Eli Stowers.
They also put Stowers on here. So it's an offense that doesn't throw the ball a lot, and they've got four weapons. And it's going to get
um,
concentrated a lot to Smith. If people really believe he's the one,
yeah, and I honestly think it should. Frankly, Smitty's a great dude. Billy Smitty, love him. But I don't know, this short area stuff. That's excellent for Makai. And okay, I think I want to talk about Stowers more, but just speaking on like Makai, I think he'll have a pretty great role. I think he'll probably have the most targets out of all these guys. Maybe him and Tate are going to be really fun to see who gets more targets by the end of the season, 2026. But I don't know. I feel really good about Makai because he is a strong two, and we're all obviously assuming AJ Brown is out. This guy, he frankly, just by attitude alone, he demands targets, and the dude actually is really like. I understand he mainly works in the slot, but he's fantastic in that area. He really is. Like people comping him to Amon-Ra St. Brown was ridiculous, but I see where they're coming from. I really do. And plus, he can just do more than the slot stuff. Like, I guess that's where it came from. But I feel really good about him in this offense. Again, like you were saying, as a two, but a very functional two.
no,
Very
I agree.
functional.
I agree. They're very functional twos, but
Oh,
are the twos going to help you? And it's format dependent, roster construction dependent. But I don't think there's somebody like I'm not drafting Lemon on a fantasy squad thinking he's going to be a key piece for me getting a championship. What I do believe is he's going to be a
no, not year
helpful
one.
piece that's going to be in and out of my lineup and probably isn't going to be consistent for a while.
Winning a championship, I don't know, actually. I really don't know about that. I mean, towards the end of the season is when these rookies like finally get their spots. And I just really see Makai getting quite a few targets. Like I feel great about that at the very least. Will he do great with them? Honestly, I think so. And do you mind if we talk about Stowers real quick? Just because he's not in the first
Well,
round, I
we
just
got
want to.
to, man, because I prefer Stowers over Lemon in fantasy football. But you know the
Really?
formats I play in. I play in two
Yeah.
tight end starts. I play in premiums. Like I absolutely love playing in tight end formats. And the rest of
Yeah.
the world's coming my way now. The tight ends are a
Yeah.
thing.
Because of you,
Um,
dude. I'm with you, man. I love the tight ends position like even more, and also because of the Rams and how they utilize it, it really does make it fun. But yes, at first I did worry about Goddard because I really adored his role last year. But for everything that Goddard just couldn't do after the catch, Stowers can. And I see that transition happening sooner than later.
I have seen Stowers get drafted above Sadiq in a draft.
I'm not
That's
even mad
how
at that.
that's how crazy people are getting right now. This is still a second round tight end in a bad draft class. Okay.
Yeah,
Lots of
yeah.
teams passed. I think there's really good days ahead for him. I think he fits the offense, but there's a lot of mouths to feed right now, man. Like I see him, Harold Fannin. Okay,
Okay.
like that's my comparison. The athletic pass catching, but look at Harold Fannin's role to success in Cleveland with the weapons around there versus Philadelphia's weapons around there in a
Mm.
road to success. Like it's just going to be hard. Like it's going to take time, and all these receivers are. I mean, these twos that I'm not dissing. They're great players. I'm just talking about from an elite fantasy football and building structure standpoint. They could
You
blossom
said
into ones, but all of them are going to take some time. This isn't a look at if I'm competing, I don't want these people in my squad. Like I don't. Like I just want to go buy a vet. Maybe that vet's only got 3 years left in him. Maybe they got 2 years left in him. Maybe I really just don't care. And I'm like, I just need points. I need someone that's going to get a 25 to 30% target share in their offense. And I have the 104 right now. Am I going to put Tate in there? Or am I going to go get someone who's going to give me a 30% share class because he's old?
You know what? I think you can do that right now. I think you can also do that during the season. Like, so, okay, so with the Makai Lemon, just for his age alone, forget Lemon. Just with Tate, let's go up there with Tate. Just for his age alone, the fact that the guy is freaking young AF and he is looking like the one during the season, you can totally get yourself something nice. Like I don't know, I really do. So if you can't build around them, or as you're saying, if you shouldn't build around them, then yeah, totally. I love the idea of trading them away for older but productive players.
I've said this all off season, Smitty. If you are outside the 104 without a two tight end start or a high premium, you
The
don't
104.
want these picks right now, dude.
The
It's the 104,
104.
dude.
That's
Because
basically Love and the running and the three receiver. That's it.
it is because I don't think
Ooh.
Taysom can be a true one alpha with Chris Olave on the other side. Because say what we want about Olave, the dude is one of the best receivers in the game. He
Sure. Yeah.
commands targets and the football, and that's not changing. And we also have to rely on. Look at I say this all the time. Just because somebody was good in their rookie year, what makes us believe it's 100% they're going to get better in their second year? They still have a third round draft pick in Tyler Shuck. I don't know exactly what draft pick, but a later draft pick for him. We still are relying on that now to carry an offense with Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, Alvin Kamara, Jawan Johnson. So this is like landing spot when I talk about this. Like that's why when I talk about this 104 range right now, like Tate, man, lock me in. Like this dude's got a chance to be the one on his team, and actually, there's a pretty good possibility he will be the one on his team. So you look at Mendoza, Love, and Tate, and Mendoza's crazy, bro. We're gonna get to Mendoza a little bit when we get into the mocks here in a second.
For sure.
I see him going everywhere. I've seen him going the 105, 106, and super flexes.
102. Yeah.
Dude, you know
I
what?
love
You know
that
what?
for him.
I swear to God, my number one takeaway of all my drafts I've been doing, I feel like my super flex leagues are single quarterback leagues, no super flex. Like that's how this draft is playing out. Like Mendoza's going 104, 105. Like it's like QBs don't matter. We don't care. We don't want any of these dudes. But that's
I am
me.
starting to live that life. I hate to say it.
I'll argue a little bit more about that in a little bit. We talked about Coop. Let's talk about the last
can we
first
do
round draft.
can we do the Browns real quick? The Browns, them getting Boston and Conception.
Concepcion. Oh my gosh, thank you for catching that. All right, I'm gonna start this one off. I did save the Browns for last and almost forgot about them. KC Concepcion sounded great until they draft Denzel Boston. I like Boston.
Pain.
I spent a lot of time on the podcast talking about liking Boston. I was hoping he was going to sneak into that first round and to the Buffalo Bills. And my God, they traded that pick 3 times and they could have drafted Boston. And like you were with me, you were with the entire pain. It would have been great. These two on this team, I hate this. I freaking hate this. I legitimately hate this. We don't even know who the quarterback is. Deshaun Watson, I'm not buying anything on sleeper. Deshaun Watson is not going to be a starting quarterback. Cleveland hates him. The fan hates him. The last thing Cleveland wants is Deshaun Watson to do good and win some games. It's going to be one of their other quarterbacks, see what they got. And
for sure.
Now we need to feed a lot of bodies. My takeaway with what the Browns did in this draft is literally lights up for Harold Fannin Jr. He will be their wide receiver 1 next year. They've got, what's his name that used to be the Baltimore Ravens OC, right?
Oh, yes.
Monken?
Monken, yes, thank you. Tom Monken, thank you.
Monken's offense goes through the tight end. They've
Sure
got
does.
themselves one.
Sure
So,
does.
I don't know, man.
So Casey's their little Zay Flowers, huh? Okay.
Yeah, do you want
Boston's
Zay
Rashad
Flowers
Bateman?
on your fantasy football team? Like, do you? Like, how much that's hurt you more than it's ever helped you unless he's your wide receiver 5.
That is a fact. You know, okay, I
Bro.
think with that point right there, you totally sold me on all these fools or twos. I'm thinking Casey could be a 1, but Fannon's the one. You're right.
And we have to trust that the Browns actually know what they're doing in a draft class, which they don't. Got to run the football a lot. They're going to run the rock a lot this year in Cleveland.
I hope them boys can block.
So
No walk, no rock.
You give me your thoughts on Boston and Concepcion and this
Y-
offense because man, I don't want to pick any of these guys.
Yeah, so honestly, I frankly, if I'm in a draft, I'm not mad at taking the shot on KC. In fact, it's probably a late pick, like a 108, 107. I'm not mad at that dart throw, but just be frank, it is a dart throw. And it is in the first round dart throw. So it's I really wanted to come in and just defend these boys to the end, but frankly, you are absolutely right. And you totally smashed it by showing me those the top 20 or the top 10 in case to KTC. Like for real, all of those players were drafted B1s, and even though 24 KC Concepcion, he is kind of drafted to be a one, we know that's not realistic. We just know that. And I really want to defend homie, and I can't. I can't. So they're really just all these guys are gonna have to prove it. Again, I feel great about Tyson doing it, but I understand that Olave is Olave, and he's finally showing up, thank God. And Makai Lemon, it's a freaking uphill battle for that kid. And Casey, I mean, his team puts him in an uphill battle.
I want to see if I can find this picture I took on TV the other day. They broke down the actual trade
Oh
for
no.
um
For Watson?
no, the
Because that's
kid
dark.
Travis Hunter trade to Cleveland. They actually broke it down and
Oh, that's even darker. Okay.
it came out to be Concepcion
Mm-hmm.
and something stupid. Like you look back at your trade and like Jacksonville has to be like, yeah, I'm not really hating it. Maybe we actually end up getting the best corner in the league out of it. Who knows?
Oh.
Um,
Oh, I thought they got fleeced.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Good.
All right, well, let me say something nice though, since I'm being. I told you I was feisty today. I get like this every once in a while, but
Yeah. It's so
I
fun, man, because you be right
understand
when you're right.
the attraction of KC. I understand. I really hope this kid does well. I really do. I just I don't think the offense is going to be good enough, and I don't think he's going to command the target share in the offense to do that. That's all. You know, it's these landing spots just suck, Smitty. Like I want to talk
Well,
highly of
we
it.
got one more.
This is a fantastic landing spot for Jadarian Price. I can't believe Seattle actually drafted him at the last pick of the first round. Like, I know we were all mocking him there, but I don't think we all believed they were really going to do it.
It was a
But
massive joke. Yeah. It was a massive joke amongst the fantasy community that actually went down. I Here's where I get a little spicy. And I'm not listen, I understand I am a little salty that they beat us at the worst possible game possible, back to back. But I will say this. Thinking about okay, so obviously while Charbonnet is down, Jadarian Price could genuinely be the bell cow with Emmanuel Wilson and probably even steal Charbonnet's job outright when he's healthy, which is like in what November, December. I can see that happening. Now, once the two are healthy, which is like the playoffs, which is the worst possible time, then I understand that the OC they had is it's a different system because the OC they had is gone. The one that was making him, who was making Charbonnet and Walker shares like the backfield, that was horrendous. That was awful. And when Charbonnet is healthy, I understand that OC is gone. He's on the Raiders now, so we may not see that sharing between Price and Charbonnet, but it's still the same team. So if we see that, then I am utterly disgusted with Price. And I really don't want that in my championship run. I really don't. So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome ride. But once Charbonnet is healthy again, ugh,
they
I'm
want to
gonna
use
hate
two
that.
running backs. They want
Yeah,
to use two running
and they want to
backs.
use it in the nastiest way, like the nastiest way, like literal one, two, like, ugh, I hated that, dude. Like it really was such a. I don't know. I don't think you were. Were you heavy into either Kenneth Walker or like were you involved in that Kenneth Walker Charbonnet situation last year in a redraft or even
No,
okay, see because
no,
you're a smart man
I
because
had
you're
sold my all my Sticks shares. I was big into Sticks when he came in the league because I'm a Michigan State fan. That's where he played. He was awesome.
shout out
But I process traded him. Like there was a
probably
lot
even
of
to me.
squads where I needed to fill a wide receiver, I needed a QB, I needed a tight end. Like I used him in a lot of spots, and yeah, I regret a lot of those. But
I don't
you know, I've won
you shouldn't
championships in a lot of those leagues, so it's not a big deal. but
I
it
don't think you should
sucked.
regret that at all because honestly, I was way too involved in the Charbonnet Walker conundrum to where I chose the wrong one each and every week. And that was really like, I can't go back to that life. So I'm honestly at this moment selling my Charbonnet shares and I'm not touching price. Um, Maybe one share, but I'm scarred by that experience. I really am.
I I agree. You
I
draft
mean,
him a
I could
rookie
be
draft
wrong,
because he's a
honestly,
first
because
round running back.
that OC is gone, so maybe this won't happen again. But oh, I hated it.
But look, I'm with Seattle when they sat here at the end of the first round. They're like, who else are we gonna draft? Who do we want to
Right.
draft here?
I mean, I
Like,
see three people honestly. Well, four on the top of
yeah,
the second. They could have smashed with.
they could have, but they just felt this fit their team needs much better. And look at
No,
Price
yeah,
is a great
true,
blocker. You know, he's going to help
true.
protect Sam Darnold, who is not that mobile. He can be, but he's not that mobile. But all right, man, let's get into some of these rookie drafts here. We're gonna
Yeah.
pull up
Overall, what a fun time.
we're gonna pull
What
up
a
our listener league because y'all in this league better be listening to this.
Here we go,
All
y'all.
right, so
Stand tall,
is
raging Genome. Or
this is my
raging gnome.
favorite format. Everybody that's watching this, you're in a listener league, you know it. This is a start 11, two tight end start, three wide receivers, two RBs, super flex, 0.75 tight end premium, 1 point PPR. And we also get first down bonuses for running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. So, all right, here's how this kicked off. Love goes 101. I've only seen him not go 101 in one draft.
Ew.
I know.
Who went 101 in that draft?
A rebuilding team that has no QBs at this point because they stripped it down for points and then they got the QB and not the actual hammer in here. But
Yeah.
Love's
Sorry,
101.
kid.
Now, this is where it gets quite interesting. This is a super flex format. That's why I look at this mini. I'm like, dude, is this a single QB league? Like, Carnell Tate goes into 2, Kenyon Sadiq goes into 3, and Mendoza goes into 4. Now, knowing the format, look at you need tight ends in here. And I will give the caveat to the listeners who don't know this league is I have a stranglehold on the tight ends in this league. So if you want one, you're going to have to find another way around it because I currently have Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, Tyler Warren, and Colson Loveland on this squad. You want yourself a top 5 tight end? Have fun. That's why Sadiq is going 3 here. And actually, to be quite honest with you, I would also be drafting Sadiq in the 3 here.
I get it. I get it. So I was the one that I was the 102 here, and to be very honest, this was the easiest choice I could have made. I really, really felt good about Tate, just because of everything we said. We feel like he's drafted to be the one, gonna be the one. I mean, as long as he beats out Wandale, and then, but the scariest thing about Tate to me is if the Titans still suck next year, which is very possible, they could get Jeremiah Love and put Tate right back in his place. So we can't positively say that Tate is gonna for sure be the one because they might suck and they might get someone better than him. But as of right now, I felt really good about him. And then Mendoza, dude, I
So
don't
can I
feel good
read
about
your
that at
QB
all.
room real quick? Smith, let me read
Oh
your
yeah.
QB room real quick. So you have
Hmm.
JJ McCarthy, you have Jaden Daniels, Milrow, Ty Simpson now that you drafted, we'll talk about, and Joe Flacco. So you basically said, F it. I want the best player here. Forget the quarterback. And you needed one. Kind of like it.
Oh well, thank you, because I really did feel like Tate is the best player. But honestly, with that QB room, Fernando Mendoza makes a lot of sense.
No,
I'll
it
admit
doesn't.
that. I'll admit it.
No, it doesn't. Just a jag, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, you can get yourself a QB in this league, dude. It's a start 11. So finding another QB isn't that hard. I mean, you like
Hopefully.
run out Geno in this league, dude. Like you'll be happy. I'm telling you. This is the format for Geno. Who gives a shit about your QBs and just stack your wide receivers, tight ends, and RBs and just work around it? Have that one QB that you do in Jaden Daniels. So, but it takes stones. Smitty, it takes stones to be like, yeah, I need a QB, but yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hopefully we can Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of Gino. I love the idea of Reset here, and yeah, I might just go that route. That route.
So 9 inch bluff. Let's see his tight end room. Who wins Sadiq? His tight end room is
Ooh, Gunnar Helm,
Gunnar
Elijah
Helm, Arroyo,
Arroyo,
Sadiq, Fant,
Chris
Pitts,
Pitts,
Strange.
Strange.
Like
Okay, making it
I could tell you,
tougher.
I could tell you, this is a dude that stared at my tight end room like,
Yep.
all right, I think I can compete. I like it.
Yeah,
Didn't
I,
need a
I
tight
like
end,
it
but went to
too.
tight end. I I
Yeah.
agree in Sadiq here. I will be honest with you. Let me read your tight end room here real quick, Mr. Smitty.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one.
So Sinet, Sanders, Ferguson, Stowers, Parkinson, Higby. Let's see your wide receiver
Pretty much
room.
all
We've
the
got
Rams, all the Rams tight ends, uh, Sanders and Stowers. That's really it.
hit me up after here. You got Charbonnet. If you are looking to move him, I'd be willing to have a conversation. I don't know what I got on here, but I might be willing to do that.
Okay.
Winnington, Tate, Lemon, Adams, McLaurin, Bateman. All right, Smitty. Like I'm telling you, I probably draft like Sadiq at the 2 here.
Bri- Hope I don't regret it, but I can see though. I honestly, it was a decision walking into the draft, but the morning I woke up, I it was Tate for me. I get it though.
Yeah. See, but in this league, the reason I draft Tate there is I just don't need the wide receiver in here like at all. So, but I like it. I think that's pretty good. I think Mendoza at the 4 is great deal. I just he just can't pass there. Like it's still a QB that's drafted 101 with a chance for success that was really good in college. All right, we
True.
got Tyson going at the 105, Lemon at the
I say that's
106,
value.
and KC at the 107. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. Like this
I'm
is the
not.
point of the draft where I hate right now because I
Yeah.
like Tyson there, but right about this Lemon pick is where I'd also be thinking about Stowers in this format because if he gets as many targets as Lemon, which there's a possibility
It's
in the next 3 years
possible.
he does,
It's
I
possible.
get more points and I like it.
Yeah, that was honestly that was a really tough decision to make, and frankly, I just felt like he'd be. I feel like he'd still be very peppered with targets next to Devonta Smith. So I feel good about it. But you're right, Stowers would have been the better choice. And honestly, even more and more each day, I do feel like Stowers is going to end up on the field a lot sooner than later.
Yeah,
I
I
like
hope
that
this
Tyson
offense
pick. I
opens
think
up.
that 105 is a great pick for Tyson.
No, I agree with that one. I really do. But it's like right in there, like right after Tyson. I'm just like, all right, it's the wild, wild west. What do I need? What's the format? Do I lay into the format? Do I fill a hole? And honestly, as I'm looking at this, like this is the point where the 105 and the 106, I would be drafting Stowers and Price. Um, you give me 10 drafts, I'll probably do the reverse order in 5 of them. But I am. I mean, I'm going in Price over Lemon.
I Look, I can be wrong. I was genuinely scarred by Seattle's running backs last year because I was way too involved in that, and I hated it. But it won't be that. Dude, imagine. Okay, worst case scenario, I will scream if this happens. Price and Emmanuel Wilson, which honestly, Emmanuel Wilson, when with opportunities, he was good enough to where if he was gonna actually split carries with Price the way they did last year with Walker and Charbonnet, that is gonna suck. And I do not want to use a first round pick for that type of situation. But also, I totally understand. Casey Concepcion, you're using a first on that guy, and his offense sucks too. Omar Cooper Jr. offense, well, potential in that offense, but Price we know we're getting, and then with Stowers uh, in this premium, probably should just go Stowers ahead.
I think
I get
so.
it though. I get it though. It's all really like you said. What story can you tell yourself? And I just
If
told
you want to be
myself I
draft
feel great about
capital,
Lemon.
yeah, if you want to be draft capital dependent on how you draft, like we usually are, this is
Mm-hmm.
not the draft for you. Draft capital does not matter as much to me in this draft. Um, But look, I got a lot of squads, and I'll tell you this right now. You know me. Every squad that I do in Dynasty, I always need another running back. Like I always do. And I'm staring down a price here, and I'm like, dude, there's only one running back that's guaranteed to be a starter in his career, which is Love. And there's only one other back that has a chance at being the RB1. Everybody else does not have a remote chance for being the RB1 unless everybody gets injured. I'm talking about everyone's healthy and you are the RB1. That's Price. That's why I got to draft him here. Like we
I
do.
get
I think
that.
I got him at the 108 we might break that draft down quickly after this. It's a best ball draft. But let's
Oh,
talk about Coop at the 110, Ty Simpson at the 111, Boston at the 112. And honestly, this is standard. This is pretty standard for every draft that doesn't have a crazy format. Is those 12 in a different order?
real quick, I want to thank Tony for he had the chance to just ruin my evening and he didn't. So thank you for taking Cooper ahead of Simpson. Honestly, for his team, that is the pick for sure. Um, and actually, being honest, I would prefer Cooper over Simpson. Like just being full blown honest, I probably do I prefer Simpson over Boston though? Yeah, I do. I do. Knowing for a fact that Simpson will not see the field. And you know what? They're saying that honestly QB2 might even be Stetson Bennett, which makes Simpson just the silliest fucking thing. But if
Wait,
QB
are you sure Ben? Are you sure Stenson hasn't done rehab again? Because that might be why they pick Simpson or Ty.
Oh, fantastic point. I'm just hearing he's coming back out. Like I'm hearing on draft day, he said he's gonna have to compete. Simpson's gonna have to compete with Ben Stetson Bennett for QB2, which was discussing here. But yeah, dude. I mean, Stetson knows the system way more than Simpson does. So if Stetson is actually our QB2, then we have no shot of getting a single point from Simpson, which does make this feel like a wasted pick. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't care about Ty Simpson. I don't care. I'd rather have any of these dudes above him. Like I
No, I
really
would
just
not
don't
say
care.
any. I wouldn't say any because
These top 12 picks here.
we're looking at Boston, who honestly, big target is going to be very easy for what's his face, Shadur to throw to him. Now we got Bell, who not healthy at the moment, but is he AJ Brown? Is he Jonathan Mingo? We don't know. What I do know is Simpson is the heir apparent to Stafford. That's all I know.
What if Stafford goes out and does 4,700 yards, 5,000 yards, gets the MVP again? Like, why is the world so confident Stafford only has one more year? Like, why? Like, what if he has another magical year? If he wins the Super Bowl, maybe he runs off winning the Super Bowl at a high. But why are we guaranteed this? Like, I don't want to play this freaking Jordan Love game. Like, I don't want to play this and have a quarterback sit for 2 or 3 years on my squad. Like, I don't want that. And especially when we believe next year's draft class is pretty good for QBs, I'm like, let me take a chance at one of these other guys in here. Like, I just think that they're going to put points on your roster sooner. But I'd love to just
I
not
fully
have to
agree.
pick here.
Uh, you know what? Okay. So the Ballers do their Dynasty podcast, and the latest episode came out today where they did a pretty awesome mock draft. Jason Moore, he actually said with this type, like in this range, he vastly preferred Josh Downs, and I couldn't agree more. Like if you can get Josh Downs or a guy
Who?
like that,
Yes, dude.
Josh Downs,
Yes.
like in this range, like that is, I mean, that is a significantly better pick than Ty Simpson. And you know what? I'll even say this in the second
I'm not
round
taking the
today.
110 for Josh Downs this year.
Wait a second. Oh, if someone offered you the 110 for Josh Downs,
Hell no, I don't want any of these guys. I want vets that I know are on the field that are actually going to get targets. Like, give me vets like that. I just don't care.
dude, I would even say in the second round, I did this today. Just I was too scared because I was low on them, but I had 2 seconds. I actually was able to trade them away for Rashad White and David Montgomery, who freaking survived the hell out of this draft.
Beautiful.
Beautiful,
Beautiful.
right? And honestly, I was nervous because it was like, oh, these are early seconds. Well, what should I do? That's what you should do because that's what you're hoping all these running backs will be. That's
I've
what you're
tried to
hoping.
do it. I can't do it. Those are my
Oh,
play. Like, I would get a vet. If I did 201, give me Ramondre Stevenson. You don't want him anymore. You don't think he's good? Give me Ramondre. Give me
I don't
Rashad
even
White.
mind him at a one. Dude, I actually totally should have done Ramondre Stevenson at the 111.
He has a guaranteed role in that offense. None of these other people do right now. And don't get me wrong, there's people that are going to surprise people here, but look at
It's a dark, though. We don't know.
Smitty, I got to tell you something. So I basically had no picks in any of my drafts this year.
Dude, shout out
And
to you.
it was by design. One, I didn't want them anyway on teams, but I won a lot of squads by also getting rid of those. I have not been excited for this draft. I have been a horrible commissioner in some of my leagues because I haven't even checked in. I just don't care about this draft, dude. And I will tell you that about 3 months ago, I was like, dude, I don't have any liquidity going to this draft. I don't like this. Like, I want to get excited to pick some of these people. But once these landing spots happen, I have never been so excited to literally have no rookie picks this year. Not even second, third, fourth round. I don't even care, dude. The only picks I kept were in best ball, Smitty.
I'll say this. For the most part, I unfortunately am very much a strong advocate of F those picks. So, and in the majority of my leagues, I didn't really have picks like that either. This, in fact, was one just to experiment what it would be like if I invested in the top end of this class. Unfortunately, failed. I mean, like, let's just be honest, failed. I'm not going to do well next year. But, honestly, selling a lot of those picks did actually win me a championship in one league and got me closer in others. So, like, really, if you sold these picks, congratulations. I don't care what you got for any of these. It's better than this.
It totally just hit me that hang on one second.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if I want to.
All right, anyway, it totally just hit me, Smitty, that this is the first year you have first round draft picks and you went into the liquidity bucket the way that I usually play. And I went the opposite way. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny.
Hey.
But I'll tell you, listeners, man, y'all need to listen to Ray G. Get on that wake up show in the morning because if you listen to that show, your ass has no picks in this draft a long time ago. And if you all ever want to know how to trade picks before the NFL draft, go back and listen to the blow up we did on Quantum of Solace because we traded 6 picks and built an amazing roster doing it with Drake London. I mean, we rocked
Kyron Williams.
Like
Jordan
I've never
Love.
been so happy we blew that team up, Smitty, because that's the one we thought was going to be a good draft class in the startup last year, and our team would be so bad right now, dude. Woo!
You know what? Oh yeah, for sure. It would look a lot like mine here, but I'll say this: definitely bookmark that episode. Like seriously, that blow up episode. Find it, bookmark it, study it, because you can genuinely make a better team if you decide to like have a crazy amount of 2027 picks and do something very similar to that. Because we broke down every trade we made to get our team from missing the playoffs to probably the Super Bowl favorite, if you ask me. So like seriously, and then with the 2027 picks and what their value is, God, you might get something. You might get a Neighbors instead of a freaking London. So I don't know. Really bookmark that episode. That was very detailed. Great work, by the way. Love that episode.
If you have banked 27 first round picks because of how amazing we think the draft class is, if you want to play Dynasty right, you better pay attention to college football because this same draft class was supposed to be this year, Spitty, and it went to shit last year in college. And it could easily do that. Injuries. And if that happens, you need to pivot those picks because the other teams in your league won't be paying attention and still think those are gold. So you never know. They're gold now until they're not. But all right, let's break down the second round. We'll do someone a little bit quicker. Talk to me about some players in here that you like. And I'll start, but basically Chris Bell, like it without the injury, first round talent, went to a team, no wide receivers. Look he's got a shot, so put him on the squad. Singleton, got a shot. Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears in Tennessee.
He has a great shot.
Got a shot.
Even Emmett Johnson, dude. I mean, as much as I love Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, like, dude gets hurt quite a bit. Like, I mean, all Emmett has to do is beat out Imari DeMarcado and Rashard Smith, and boom, he's gonna be a little spellback. But again, he has a shot, but he'll never take it. Same could be said about Katron Allen, but we love Rashad White and Bill too much. But again, a shot. Stribling was a second round pick from the 49ers, that massive reach they did. Yeah, he's gonna have a shot because we know Christian Kirk's gonna get hurt at some point, and unfortunately we know that Mike Evans is too. So It's just, I mean, there's a real potential. It's just him and Ricky Pearsall. And again, Ricky Pearsall always gets there. You know what? I'm just realizing Stribling's going to get hurt. Sell that pig. That was rude. I'm sorry, Stribling.
It is wild to me that when you think about a wide receiver drafted after Stribling went an entire round ahead of him, went into 112 and he went into 212. The
Yeah.
49ers have a horrific history of drafting wide receivers in the second and third rounds. Carson
I can't
Beck,
tell you. Okay. Very similar to Simpson in like opportunity, but I think Beck has a straighter shot. Maybe to playing in 2026.
yeah, if
I
I'm the
wouldn't mind that as a
111,
dart, though. I would love to throw, actually.
if I'm the 111 and I can trade the 111 for a team that's going to draft Simpson and I can get their next year's second and I get their 207 and draft Beck,
Beck?
I'm happier about that than I am Simpson, man. Beck has a chance to play. Period.
Yeah, unfortunate, but he does.
I don't think he's better than Simpson. I don't even think he's going to be good. I sure don't think he's the face of the franchise. But what if he is? What if he's Brock Purdy?
Yeah, what?
Like he's going to get on the field, and I'd rather that second next year than a 111 this year.
You know, I want to talk about Damon Claiborne. He went to Miami. He's running back. He went to the Vikings. Damon Claiborne. He's a running back. Rookie running back in Minnesota. People feel like the room of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason is so bad that Claiborne has a chance, and I don't think that's. I don't think that's wise.
I would prefer Claiborne over every single running back selected in the second round of this draft.
Really? Even
I don't want him, but I sell myself a much better story here, man.
okay.
You just named the RB room. You're telling me he's not going to get some touches?
Because I still feel like Aaron Jones has juice, and I'm not going to give up on Mason just yet. In fact, actually, whoever ends up drafting Claiborne, I got to see where they got him to see if they feel like their story is positive or negative, and if so, I would love to buy Mason, honestly. Because I just don't feel like Mason's story is over yet.
I agree. Mason's role is solidified. I don't think Claiborne's taken Mason's role, but I do believe one of them are going to get hurt, and he's going to have a role.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just like, I could sell myself on that story. The most grossly undervalued player in this draft to me, which should have been a second rounder in this format, because I'll take him over a bunch of all these other people, is Jolie, tight end Denver. Give me a shot.
Man.
Just give me a shot at a tight end in this format. It's just as good as a shot as any of these other guys step up. Someone's going to. There's going to be a few. I don't want to be the one that's going to play my flag of who's going to do it. Most of these guys are not going to do well.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. As much as I loved Ingram, it's past tense. He wasn't great last year, so Jolie has a real shot. I sold my store. I can buy that story for sure. Oh, Antonio Williams. Hello.
This is the hot name I've been hearing a lot lately, and I like looking at wide receivers, and I'm like, sell myself this story. Washington needs a wide receiver. Like I could sell myself this story, so I'm like, sure, let's draft him.
I'll be honest. I haven't put him on any of my teams yet, just because they've done such a horrendous job with drafting receivers like Jacoby Lane. Yeah, I think the guy's name is Jacoby Lane. The guy that got last year, Luke McCaffrey. I just hate all of them, honestly. And Antonio Williams, they're good. He showed up. Statistically, he showed up pretty well in the combine, but I gotta see it first. He's one of those guys I'll buy after the hype. Like if he starts showing it, I'll buy it.
Two more picks I want to talk about, and then we're going to go to a best ball draft.
For sure.
All right, Smitty, I'm sorry. There's just some things I don't understand in life.
Okay.
Like, this is where things unraveled for me for the Rams. Like, I'm selling the story of you got to have a plan at quarterback in the future. You got to have all this. And, like, I told you all that in draft day. But it's like, that's okay to sell that story. So we're going to draft the QB when we don't need a QB. Then we're going to draft a tight end, and we don't need a tight end.
Oh, my God.
You have like 10 tight ends. No, you got 4 tight ends that just take up opportunity.
You know what's so annoying about Clear? He's basically Terrence Ferguson. He's same guy. They don't block at all. They're here to catch passes, which is awesome. But it's like, really? Like right now? Like, dude, not the pick. If you ask me, that wasn't the pick. But sure. I mean, I really don't even know what to do with him in fantasy, frankly. Ooh, Oscar Delp here, snagged
Love
by the
this dude.
Saints. I mean,
Love it.
I like it, but I mean, I also really saw Jawan Johnson step up. Now, if Jawan Johnson takes a step back, which he shouldn't, but if he does because of Tyson, then I have no hope for Delp anytime soon.
Take out Juwan Johnson's first 4 games last year, and what do you think of him?
Ooh, ooh, he's average. He's average. Okay, great point.
Dude's got a shot, man. But a lot of targets. Same problem, Tyler Shuck, that I said about, Taysom.
Yeah.
It's wild. So down here, I drafted my only pick in this draft, Ty
Shout out,
Pezza.
shout out to
And do
Ty
you want to know
Pezza,
why I
man.
made this draft pick?
Would love to know.
Because I didn't even want to take the time to trade this pick because I truly have been trying in a lot of leagues. And I'm just like, I have to cut 2 players on my roster anyway. I just picked the first tight end available because I'm going to cut his ass here in a second before the season. Like, I don't need him. Like, that's how irrelevant this 3rd round was to me when I drafted him.
That's very
Like,
funny. Quite the statement.
Yep.
I
All
really
right, man,
wondered about that.
I have no idea who that kid is. Not a clue. All right, let's get into.
Oh, Casino Royale, is that the one?
Yes, sir.
Damn, that was fun because it was fun seeing where you would go because for most of the leagues that we've had rookie drafts in, haven't seen your involvement at all. So this was a chance for me to see, how you felt about some people. So let's take a look at this.
Hey, if you guys want to see one draft that I had picks in this year, it's best ball. Now, I hope people are still listening to this because all the shit I just said about that last draft and this rookie class for the last hour and 10 minutes, everything changes in best ball. These picks are valuable. I don't have to start this player. When they get their game, they get their game. This is a much more valuable best ball draft for me, at least, of how I view best ball. So I didn't mind keeping my picks here. I've got a solid squad, and I'll talk about. Let me pull up my squad here. This is Casino Royale. We are. All right, so I'm going Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts.
Ooh,
I
strong.
am going boom, boom, boom. Jordan James, Kendra Miller, Raheem Sanders, Jetson Blue, Tuden, Willie Marks, Tucker, and
Ooh,
Omarion Hampton. My
okay.
wide receiver room, holy crap, is Brian Thompson. I'll talk about who I drafted there. Ionarma, whatever you pronounce that. X-Worthy, Malik Neighbors, Wicks, Michael Wilson, and
Ooh,
Jacob Crowney. And my tight end room is pretty thin, to be honest with you. Going into this draft, I usually have a better tight end room in this format, but I had Culp, Schultz, Mayer, Sanders, Kraft, and that was my tight end room. So, Smitty, I'm going to read your team too. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
I'm at the 12, baby. Let's
Oh,
go.
you won this one, you fool. I forgot. I forgot this one. All
Oh
right, you
God, I'm
got
sorry. I felt
Nix,
good.
McCarthy, Goff, Stafford, um, running backs,
Mister.
Jag, Ike Davis, Blake Corum, RJ Harvey, Kenneth Gainwell, Brees Hall. Is that Bijan or is that Brian?
That's Brian.
Don't you hate that? Chase Brown. Then you got Winnington, Mumfrees. Holy crap. Who the hell is that?
Theo Weesa, I just picked him up.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's a rookie. There you go. You got Brown, Jefferson, Ayuk, Tutu Atwell, Chris Olave, Puka, Tank Dell. Your tight end room, you're looking at Allen, Henry, Higby, Andrews, Parkinson, Likely, and Tongas. All right, so we'll talk about this draft. This will be a little bit quicker than the other one. So, J Love goes 101. Go figure. But this is where
Yep.
Mendoza went 102 here. And as much as I said 4 or 5, wherever that was, don't hate you drafted the 2. Quarterback, super flex. Got to have it. I mean, if you need a QB, draft him, right?
Especially for best ball, dude, because honestly, you never know when one of these guys gonna fall out. I mean, like, due to injury. So I'm not mad at that whatsoever. And honestly,
No.
looking at it, his room needed him. I hate to say it. That was a need pick as well.
Cardinal Tate 103, or
Love it.
Tyson 104, Lemon 105. I was
Yeah,
sitting
that's how
at the
I do it.
106 and said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Real quick, hold on. I got to break down scoring on this one. It's the same format as the listener league. I just think there's only one tight end start, though. Let me double check.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me fact
exactly.
check that in Quanta or Casino. Yep, start. It's
Oh,
just start
mhm.
one tight end. That's why my tight end room's a little bit not as good as the last one. Um,
So they got 6, dude. I think that was a great pick.
yeah, I probably have Sadiq at the 105 in this one.
She got him at
I have him at
6.
the 104. I'm drafting him over Mendoza actually.
Uh, I would too. I would too. Especially considering all your quarterbacks. Yeah, you don't even need Mendoza.
Yep. But Smitty, what did I tell you? I need an RB 108. Boom. Hey, he's got a chance. Let's go.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
was
I
happy
think.
Concepcion went before me.
Yeah, I'm
I was
about to say
happy.
you got blessed with with that you didn't get sniped there because concept. Even I would choose Price over Concepcion. I mean,
Yeah, I got no regrets. Stowers went at the 111, which, I probably have him. I'm drafting above Simpson in this one. I'm drafting above Coop just with the full point PPR in this one.
yeah,
Um,
and it's best ball. You can wait on him when he shows up. He'll show up.
yeah, so same 12, dude. All the same 12 right there. And then it started getting weird in the second. Claire goes 202 in this one. He went in what, third round, late second in the other one?
Yeah, shout out to Claire, man. I mean, in best ball, I get it, but you might want to wait till 2027 for that one. Terrence
Yeah.
Ferguson still hasn't really broke out yet. Like that's what's so annoying about that pick. I don't know. I don't really care for how the Rams drafted. It was more of a future thing instead of a now thing. But whatever. Shout out to Claire.
It's wild to me, man. I felt like you guys were having like an Arizona Cardinals draft where you're like, this sucks. This just sucks.
It wasn't a good weekend. It wasn't a good weekend.
Yeah. But so I like this. I mean, so if I'm going through in the second round of best ball, like I'm fine taking all these guys because, like I said, someone's going to win. I'd rather trade out the picks in a second, but I mean, they're all about the same. It's just, I think there should have been some more tight ends that go. I mean, Smitty, look at this. Like, no joke. This dude right here, I drafted in the third round. Sorry. I drafted in the third round Michael Trigg, an
Oh well.
undrafted free agent I drafted a round and a half before other drafted players. That's how much I don't care about ADP in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has a great history of turning no name tight ends into something that's productive. Ferguson's not going to
That's
be there
true.
for a while. Schoonmaker has not worked out whatsoever. So I'm sitting
RP.
there, I'm like, you know what? This offense goes through tight ends. They like to use them. Why the F not over all these other dudes? And like, I know I talked about Delp and Jolie and all this, but I'm like, you know what? Just give me a shot at this Dallas tight end here. It's best ball.
Yeah.
Just give me a shot.
Yeah, I like it. Honestly, in a lineup league, I would take more shots on these running backs. But in a best ball, if I had like a bunch of seconds, I would have probably try. I would go strict receivers here because you never know with these guys. Like Skylar Bell for Buffalo. I mean, honestly, Skylar Bell is as long as I just needed Buffalo to get themselves just another guy that they can start. I don't even know if Bell's going to start, but I feel a lot better about that offense now just because they got someone, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're giving Keon Coleman a fresh start. I saw the other day. I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
he's a third
right.
round player. He doesn't need a fresh start. Just let him play. Like,
Yeah, let him play
sometimes
or
it takes.
sit about.
By the way, people forget that kid didn't really play football, man. He was a basketball player until he was a junior in college, and he started playing football. So he's still
I
learning.
straight up forgot
But,
about that. Wow.
but look at it, Michigan State guy. That's why. But look at down here. We got 3 QBs going in the fourth round. We had Beck going in the third round here in the best ball. And
Nice.
this is just by nature of best ball, man. Like sometimes that third QB is not needed because somebody else on your squad is going to get up in a super flex a couple times a year if you get an injury. And it just might be that one good game they have and you get the win. You're like, sweet, I didn't need that. These quarterbacks aren't as valuable down here for these no names. Like, so Klubnik, Aller, and Nussmeier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like, are you drafting them to be like guaranteed backups? Like,
Okay, so Aller, yes. The other two, especially not Nussmeier. And the thing is, not Nussmeier at all. I mean, they got Fields. They're paying Fields to be the two, to be the two. So
mhm.
Nussmeier, it's just some guy they got. Kind of a
Yeah, I
wasted
don't even
pick,
know
if
if he
you
makes
ask
the
me.
squad. I don't even know if
Yeah.
he makes 53. He might be practice squad. And Drew Aller sucked last year, dude. He absolutely sucked last year. So,
The thing is, I
all right,
really would not have minded if the Rams got him, but yeah, here we are.
we're an hour and 20 in. Let's call it a day.
Oh,
We'll
for
get you
sure.
on here some other ones later. But Smitty, anything else you want to tell the listeners?
No, it's just hey, the draft did its thing, and now all we can do is prepare for the season.
Got it, man. Good luck, everybody. I'm sure rookie drafts are over. Um, I got all mine but one over right. No, three. Three. I got these people that start like 2 weeks after the draft. So annoying. But all right, y'all. Go get
I
your
got
red
I
romance
got
on,
one that
everybody.
starts like
Cheers.
before the season. I can't wait for that one to be over with. But yep, see y'all.